Welcome to Vitafoods 2012. I'm Shane Starling from Nutraceutical, and I'm very pleased to be joined by Dr. Stephen de Felice, who is the man who who coined the term nutraceuticals. What was it, 20 years ago, sir?
25 years ago.
25 years ago.
My memory's not what it used to be. Let's say between 20 and 25 years ago.
Nutraceuticals can help that. Dr. de Felice was the keynote speaker this morning, and he described some of his thoughts about the evolution of the nutraceuticals industry. What did you tell the audience this morning?
There's a wonderful, particularly in the United States, I'm not that familiar with Europe or Asia, there's a wonderful new health sector called the nutraceutical health sector, where the dietary supplements and foods, you actually show that these things work clinically in patients or in healthy people. And no one's taking advantage of this market in the United States. They are making claims not based, you have to do clinical studies. If you want to know whether penicillin works or vitamin E works, you must do a clinical study properly.
Okay, and you're saying the clinicals don't exist for that?
Well, the clinical studies that do exist with dietary supplements are not well designed. The industry's not good at it.
Why?
Because the pharmaceutical industry are experts at it. It's just not in their culture. So what they have to do is develop a creative system to, first of all, patent your products, because you have to make money. If it's not patented, if you want to do a study in vitamin E, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, then another company will sell the same vitamin E, didn't spend that money, and charge a nickel, 10 cents, where you have to charge $1.
Isn't it easier to design a trial for a pharmaceutical substance or molecule than it is for a nutrient?
No, equal. I think also the probability of success, for a variety of reasons with dietary supplements, is much greater. Probability of clinical success. For example, if you have to predict a drug from an animal to man, it's very, very difficult. The probability is very low. But you have to predict a dietary supplement from animal to man, it's very, very high. I'm sort of an expert in this area and I can't prove it, but that's what the industry has to take advantage of, and that's what they haven't done, and that's the new markets between the drug market and the present dietary supplement market, which is the products are not with promise, but they don't do the clinical studies.
So this is the area between pharma and food, is that area being is attracting interest from the food companies, from the supplement companies, ingredient companies?
Unfortunately, they're thinking about, but nobody's taking action. Let me give you an example. The big drug Lipitor in the United States, which lowers cholesterol and saves many lives from stroke and heart attacks. If you could get a nutraceutical or dietary supplement that's patented and hook it on to a Lipitor and add to Lipitor's effectiveness by reducing like antioxidation or whatever, then you have an immediate market. You have a tremendous benefit because Lipitor does prevent heart disease and stroke. Then you add that on, you have immediate benefit, immediate market. So the economics is tremendous for this nutraceutical market. Instead, the companies aren't doing much.
And you said that you're a supporter of the placebo effect. So in the absence of these kinds of clinical trials, is it the placebo effect that's actually buoying the industry up?
Without specific data, because there's no data out there on yes, the answer is, and the placebo is good. I believe in the United States, the availability of dietary supplements, let's make the assumption they don't work. The placebo is, I would say, between 30 and 50%. Placebo is real. The brain turns on.
Okay, and you see a big future for the industry?
I don't see it. I see the future. I don't see the players. I don't see the actors in it.
What about Nestle Health Science as an example?
We'll see.
Let's put a lot of money into the food pharma space.
We'll see. I don't know what Nestle's going to do. You got to go big with this. It's a huge industry. You go one product here, one product there.
All right. Well,
I'm waiting for the first big major nutraceutical company. It's relatively easy. The market's huge. The cost to enter the market is very low. They just have to know, they have to learn. So we need a new industry, like the Genentech and the gene industry. Everybody was against it. Oh, you can't do anything with genes. And here's Genentech that arose, set the pattern for the rest. We need the Genentech of the nutraceutical industry.
A disruptor.
I tried and I failed to do it because the culture's, de Felice, are you crazy? You can't make claims. Certainly you can make claims.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, glad to be here, and hopefully the nutraceutical market will come someday soon.
It's destiny. Shane Starling for Nutrient Ingredients at Vitafoods Europe in Geneva, Switzerland.